Man invents hydrating gummies to help his grandma and other dementia patients get enough water.
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
When you're dark and spooky but still a loving and caring person. Showing respect to waiters, taxi drivers, helpers and security guards would not degrade your position. Ivy hopes trash tag never ends. She is trained to retrieve litter. A man in Indiana made an 80-80 costume for his horse, intending to only get a few pictures before removing it. When he took off the headpiece, the horse got upset and insisted he put it back on, which made his horse happy again. Now the horse isn't allowing him to remove any piece of the costume. The guy next to me on the train was watching The Office, so naturally I not so subtly watched along. He noticed me watching with him and turned on the subtitles. I hoped he knows that I would die for him, to be honest. I firmly believe that kids should not be taught that ghillie things and science things are mutually exclusive. Therefore I packed a cape with my fieldwork gear just to show what glaciologist Princess Elsa would look like. Every apex predator looking at a capybara chilling. Nah, I can't eat this dude. That would be effed up. Physically, yes, I could eat a capybara, but emotionally, imagine the toll. A ghost who lives in your house but all they do is rearrange your fridge magnets to spell out self-care and helpful messages. Meet Billy Ray Harris, a homeless man who returned an engagement ring worth thousands after a woman accidentally dropped it into his change cup. The owner of the ring was Sarah Darling. Miss Darling and her fiancé set up a fundraising page to thank him. With the $180,000 raised from public donations, Mr. Harris has been able to buy a house and get a job. A little girl from China covered a cat on the street with leaves because she was afraid that the cat would catch a cold. I hope this girl is having a great day. I think about her a lot. My 13-year-old Golden likes to walk our 8-week-old Golden. When your little cousin runs to you and says he needs backup in his Nerf war. Nobody is born cool. Except of course, you for actually looking at my meme. I volunteer for a dog rescue. We love seeing updates of the dogs in their new homes. This one made me smile. My grandmother took me to see Toy Story 1, 2 and 3. It was my turn. Life and death have been in love for longer than we have words to describe. Life sends countless gifts to death, and death keeps them forever. I truly hope that the little girl who came up to me in the supermarket to boast that not only did she and her sister get chocolate milk, but that they were going camping tomorrow, has the best time. A man who had a few too many alcoholic beverages ordered an Uber for a baby goldfinch that he found struggling on the ground. The baby bird was the sole passenger on the ride to a wildlife rehab. Drunk man sends injured baby bird to wildlife rescue center in Uber. Using the Drake format. Using the Danish wall socket because it's cute. I got a flat, and although my boyfriend was on the phone trying to help, I was struggling to loosen the lug nuts. Then these guys came up. They spoke limited English but gestured toward the tire. They put my spare on and I was back on the road in no time. I thanked the man, tried to offer them money to no avail. Finally, some good freaking dudes. Cute video shows auntie scrubbing algae off terrapins back at Botanic Gardens. At Botanic Gardens. Who's next to Bomb Bomb? Dolly Parton has a program that will mail your child a free age-appropriate book once a month from birth to age 5. No obligation, no catch. She just wants to make sure that every child has books. Chris Hemsworth laughing at his own thunder joke in Thor's costume to brighten your timeline from all the drama there is. Thunder rumbles. Sorry guys, that was me. Haha, classic. I love your petals. Thanks, I feel like I'm blooming way slower than you though. We are different flowers silly. Smartest dad in the world, the one who told his son to keep playing video games. His son Kyle just off aged 16 just won the World Cup of Fortnite and the $3 million prize. I had a homeless guy come into my Starbucks right when I opened. I bought him a coffee and let him choose the jams on Spotify. The guy seemed like he hadn't heard some of these songs in years. Feels good man. You know, a shark can smell a single drop of blood. Does somebody need a band-aid? Astronaut Terry Virts' daughter Stephanie missed her dad who was working in space most of the time. So in 2015 she wrote a huge message for him on soil with the help of cars. Her dad successfully read the messages from space. Your definition of a good day will look different from other people's. Slept 6+ hours, cleaned room, took a walk, finished 2 tasks in the morning scheduled next week, high productivity, hung out with friends, laughed a lot, full of food, read a book, learned a cool fact, didn't worry too much. Bless the people who make those YouTube videos on how to do simple tasks and fix stuff. Not for fame, not for money, just here's how to use wall spackle, here's how to clean and maintain a vacuum cleaner. Having trouble with some assembly instructions? They've got you covered. No shame, no just figure it out. In real life angels. Welcome home. What did you do today? I waited for you. You are all I have. Last night some girl came running up to me whispering, please pretend to be my friend. This man has been following me for 6 blocks. As soon as this guy saw me hugging her, he said F and went the other way. It's actually really disturbing that kids falling asleep in school is viewed as them being lazy, and not as the school overworking them to the point that they literally can't stay awake. I fell asleep in chemistry class once and my teacher got me a pillow and a blanket and made the class work in silence so I could sleep. What's a problem of yours that would be solved if someone just gave you $5,000? I'd use it to cover about 95% of the out-of-pocket cost on reconstructive dental work I need to smile for the first time ever. Where do you live? I manage a dental laboratory in Oklahoma City. I would be willing to find a doctor to work with you if you live close and make the dentures for free. If you can find a dentist local to you willing to do the extractions and send me the impressions, I will make the dentures for the dentist for free and send them to you. One time in high school my brother took my car and crashed it, got it fixed and put it back in the driveway all within my 6-hour school day, and he kept it a secret for 4 years. I think that's the most sibling thing ever. The LEGO Foundation has teamed up with worldwide blind foundations to create Braille bricks. These groups are concerned that fewer children are learning Braille due to the proliferation of audiobooks and assistive computer programs. Braille bricks will be molded with the same number of studs used for individual letters and numbers in the Braille alphabet and are fully compatible. Daisy the dog lost all 7 of her puppies in a barn fire at the end of February and wasn't the same afterwards, spending most of her days going to the remains of the barn to look for them. Her owner posted a desperate appeal on Facebook asking if anyone had puppies she could foster. The next day an owner of 8 orphaned puppies contacted her, and Daisy took to caring for them straight away. So I downloaded this app called Be My Eyes a while ago. You get FaceTime calls from blind people all over the world and help them with whatever task it is that they need help with. I just got my first call and helped this lady pick out almond milk. Something so small made her day. Artists installed seesaws at the border wall so that kids in the US and Mexico could play together. Some men just want to watch the world learn. The fact their face is kinda aligned scares me. Art, science, and kindness. The holy trinity of mankind. Wanna play Pegasus? Okay. When you've become famous for your dissatisfied and confused face. But you're pretty cute and photogenic actually.
Stadia streams games directly from Google's data centers to your devices. The longer you're subscribed to Stadia Pro and the more free games you claim, the larger your collection will be.
Grandpa, can I get a piece of candy from the candy jar? What's the rule in this house about candy? No candy until after dinner. No, that's Grandma's rule. Grandpa's rule is bring me one too. I pretend to be asleep so I can hear my girlfriend sing. Sometimes I just pretend to be asleep in bed and she lays down next to me and softly sings. I had to tell this to someone. She gets really embarrassed and doesn't like it when people hear her sing, so I pretend to fall asleep just to hear her. Parents acting surprised at what Santa gave their kids. Dad, there is a hero under my bed. I was the poor kid growing up. My mom used to send me to birthday parties with no present, just so I could eat. I definitely got to a point where I understood and was embarrassed as hell. In 5th grade, my friend's mom invited me to sleep over the night before the actual birthday party. When her daughter was in the shower, the mom laid out the toys that she had bought her daughter for her birthday. She let me pick one to wrap and put my name on. I'm 37 now. I'm still grateful to that mom. That one act made such an impact on me. My son didn't want to be a tiger or a superhero. He wanted to be a traffic light. My grandpa, who knows nothing about video games but loves me very much and wants to relate to me. Are ya winning? Jason. Why are you here? Well, I got a scythe here and I reap things. What the hell do you think? Come on, with my help we'll be done in no time flat. Australia's oldest man, aged 109, knits tiny sweaters for injured penguins. Since I started my new job about a month ago, I noticed one of my co-workers gets treated like an outcast, so I made a point to befriend him. Today he came into my office, handed me a gift card and awkwardly goes, "Thank you for treating me like a person." I might be crying. My grandpa just got a new dog and had his caregiver take pictures of him to send to me. Such a beautiful landscape. Fit for a unicorn. Or maybe a mermaid. Oh my god. When the ladies at the Asian bakery call me honey and darling. Find yourself a guy who purposely feeds his cows in the shape of a heart just to send to you. This some cute atty horse, I can't lie. Why do we never talk about the fact that for the past 15 years in a small town in Alaska the mayor has been a cat? Mayor Stubbs. He doesn't raise our taxes. We have no sales tax. He doesn't interfere with business, said Laurie Steck. He's honest. And he only drinks water from a wine glass. A town decided that a cat would be a better mayor than people. He's good. Probably the best we've had. I may torture you for eternity in the afterlife, but there are still breaks to pet some baby animals. I'm not a complete monster. Killing myself immediately. Wait, no. Your dad's been under a lot of pressure lately. It's completely acceptable to stay alive for tiny reasons, because you want to hear your favorite song one more time, because your dog will miss you if you leave, because the moon is just too pretty to never see again, because you haven't seen the next season of a really good TV show, because you want to see the Christmas lights this year. If you're alive, you're doing enough. If you're surviving, I'm proud of you. Over a year ago I threatened you out of anger over the death of a lost one, a death that you were not responsible for. About to touch a stingray, I should punch it though just to let it know Steve Irwin still got shooters out here. Today I've returned to make things right, to end the cycle of violence. It's what Steve would have wanted. I'm sorry and I love you, water pancake. Video games cause violence. Me restarting the game because a dialogue option made a character sad. Time to wash the brush. All you need to do is shake the devil out of it. The thicker your thighs are, the more kittens can lay on your lap. This is a body positivity post I've been waiting for. Slaps thighs. These bad boys can hold up to 20 kittens. Media. Gamers are evil. Gamers meet in real life at bedside of terminally ill friend.
Look, Limu! Someone needs help customizing and saving with Liberty Mutual! Oh.
Is that old laptop still trying to boot up? It's switching time to a Chromebook that boots up fast. Ugh, I love this series. Switch to booting up as fast as 6 seconds. Switch to Chromebook.
Rocket, are you crying? Thor, no, yes. Thor is a prime example of no matter how big and strong you are, it's okay to cry. For the very first time in my life a tall person stood in front of me at a concert, looked back, asked, "Can you still see?" and then answered themselves with, "Of course you can't, I'm like 6 feet tall," and then moved. I wish so many blessings on their house. When a native speaker of your target language compliments your accent. Tie them together, piglet. Can you tie a knot? I cannot. So you cannot. No, I cannot not. Not. Who's there? Pooh. Pooh. I just saw a friend post about their struggle with suicide and a quote in their story was, "I came to realize that I didn't want to die. I just wanted my life as I knew it to end." I think that sentence is so important. Your life can always take a different path and direction. Life is soup. I'm fork. I don't get this. What is the meaning of this? He means he's useless. How is he useless? You can use fork for other stuff. Hello. I'm Mailbot. I'm here to deliver your mail. You have this. This isn't for me. Oh gosh. Please don't cry. Do you want a cookie? Yes please. Be kind. Robot lives here. Things that I have now. My girl, you want something? Me, I don't even got no cash on me right now. My girl, I didn't ask that. You hungry or not? Me. You seriously have no idea what people are dealing with in their personal life, so just be nice. It's that simple. The perfect birthday party doesn't exist. Rah. I'm Godzilla. And you're the Empire State Building. You're thinking of King Khan. Buildings can't talk, Dad. So the police and fire station are right next to my library, which is a Pokemon gym and Pokestop. The cops are blue team and the firefighters are red, and they are constantly fighting over the gym. I found out cause I was adding a Pokemon to the gym and some cops noticed me playing Pokemon, and they asked what team I was on and I told them blue, and they were like damn right, and told me about the situation. Grandpa, tells us again about your fall from the 3rd floor. David Harbour, how many retweets for you to take my senior photos with me? 25k, and I get to wear the school sweatshirt and hold a trombone. I work as an actor at a haunted house and this little girl who was dressed as a cat came through. She saw me and was like, "No thank you, please don't get close, I'm already scared." And I was like, "Alright, I appreciate the good manners, I'll back off." So her dad picks her up and starts going down the rest of my dark hall and I just hear her yell, "Everybody wait." I dropped my ears. So I find them and give them to her dad and she goes, "Thank you, but I hope I never see you again, goodbye," and waved over her dad's shoulder. I waved back and she gave me a thumbs up. Honestly, this kid has a lot of guts. Props for being so polite when she's terrified. I hope she gets a lot of candy this year. Your time has come. Oh god, no. Wait, is that a tattoo of me? Yeah, lots of people have tattoos of you. What? Why? I dunno. Looks cool, I guess. I swear it's the quietest people with the best personality. It's this kid that used to sit at a table by himself, real quiet, and used to have his jacket zipped all the way up to cover his face with his head down. We invited him to our table and he's one of the nicest people ever. I came to the table today and he was like, "I made y'all some cookies." Never judge a book by its cover, always give people a chance. When it's the first day of school and you have no one to talk to, but then you see your friend walk through the door. Alrighty, what'll it be today, sir? Just a trim, I guess. No problem. A boot camp for people who are uncomfortable accepting compliments, where a drill sergeant aggressively yells nice things at you. My grandma asked me to paint a picture of her when she was young, and got so happy she started crying. In 1981, a pediatrician saved the life of a 3.2-pound premature baby boy by working around the clock and beating the odds to stabilize him. In 2011, the same pediatrician was pinned inside a burning vehicle after a car collision, but was saved by a paramedic who turned out to be the premature baby he saved 30 years earlier. I just delivered a Spider-Man 4-wheeler to this house and the little boy ran outside and hugged me so hard like I paid for it. "You welcome, son, damn." When you're watching Planet Earth and you don't want the predator to starve, but you also don't want the prey to die. Had lunch with my son at school for his birthday. He can pick two kids to sit with him and one I had never met. I asked afterward who he was and he said, "Oh, I don't really know him, but no one had picked him for birthday or lunch before, and just overall kids are better than we are. Let's have something nice today. Let's remember that in 1500 BCE someone in Iran carved a little hedgehog on wheels to give to a kid." I know, my selfie skills are terrible, but just look at this baby penguin and everything will appear better. This is Bobo. Bobo killed 3 mosquitoes yesterday. Good Bobo. This little girl thought a bride she saw on the street was the princess from her book. I'm crying. When she's attractive with an amazing personality as well. Good morning, cruel world. Don't you mean goodbye? No, I meant good morning. This world may be cruel, but I'm still kicking. The boys I nanny for just asked me where I worked and I didn't have the heart to tell them their parents pay me to hang out with them. So now they think I work at Chili's. Here is that super important documentation we were talking about from very important people here at Chili's. The human set up a fan right next to my bed that moves back and forth, so every few seconds I feel like I'm flying. Met my childhood Minecraft girlfriend in person this weekend. We hit it off. Now she's my actual girlfriend. After 8 years we finally meet. After I've traveled 1100 miles to New York City just to see her before I left for the Marines. She will come to me when I graduate boot camp. I just encountered a little girl in a princess dress who was practicing karate kicks. I asked her what she was doing, and she said, "Combat ballet." My 84-year-old grandmother apologized for having to wear her nightgown in front of us. I said it was no problem and that it actually looked very comfortable, so she immediately offered one to me. It's not like I could have rejected this generous gift. I caught a fish. Should we have him for dinner? I hope you guys like spaghetti. I just saw a dad in cargo shorts on a riding mower shoot some finger pistols at another dad on a riding mower. What a freaking power move. Daughters, all the girls will be witches and dad can be a wizard. Dad, I got this. Falling in love is like when Lilo walks into the animal shelter looking for a dog and Stitch's weird app is like hi, and everyone's like, are you sure you want this dog? There's other dogs, and she's still like, yes he's good, I can tell. Some things never change. I was bullied in high school for playing the bongos. Now I play the bongos for the Price is Right house band. Just be. Media saying video games cause violence. Me building a house for my wife and kids in Skyrim. Last night I realized that if you start inexplicably clapping when one of your friends arrives at a party, everyone else at the party will start clapping too. It's the perfect wholesome prank. 10 out of 10 highly recommend. There's no excuses for abusing animals. I may be evil but I still love animals. Harvest Mouse on a Dandelion by Dean Mason. My 3-year-old said she wanted to be an astronaut, and I said she had to study hard, go to college, learn a lot of science, and take a physical fitness test. And she shrugged and said, that's just 4 things. So she's basically a nonchalant motivational speaker. I'm not very good at it, but it doesn't matter. It's the fun of doing it that's important. No matter how anybody says it is. It feels good to have made something. Next is 2 eggs. This is a robbery. Put all the money in the bag. This is a bakery. How about you beat it? Employee of the month. Being a pet owner is like being a sugar daddy. You waste all of your money on keeping them happy and the only thing they do is look cute and give you attention sometimes. Bad news. I accidentally washed a nice wool shirt that I really loved and it shrunk a lot. Good news. Just spotted a cat on someone's porch meowing to be let in. Without thinking I walked up to the door, rang the bell, nodded to the cat and left. It was only I rounded the corner I realized what I'd done as I heard the owner shouting, "Sarah, the cat just rang the doorbell." Doesn't matter how manly you are, when your little girl wants to have a fairy tea party, you have one. If I hand you the aux, play your music bro. Not that mainstream stuff you think would please me. I want to vibe with what's inspiring you as well. This mother lost her baby in labor. 2 days later the mayor was introduced to a foal who had lost her mom. This photo was taken an hour after the two were introduced. I just found out that harvest mice love pollen so much that they often fall asleep inside flowers eating it. And I don't know, I just feel like everyone should know this information. Drug dealers of Reddit, what is the strangest thing you have been offered in compensation for drugs? Someone offered me their dog for a $50 bag. They were such a person and a terrible dog owner. You best believe I took that freaking dog and we had 8 glorious years together. Don't tell my current dog, that was the most caring dog I have ever met. I miss the big guy every day. This person takes requests from people and edits the photos in unexpected and mischievous ways. Hey James, I love your work, you're hilarious, and knowing you probably won't do this and I know you get this message a lot but here goes. Okay, so I've struggled with my weight ever since I was like, what, 7? I've tried everything to lose weight too. I've done sports, ate healthy exercises, took pills, legit, everything. But I still remain fat. Please just make me skinny for once, it would be a huge favor. I just want to see what I would look like if I was pretty. Thanks. Skinny doesn't necessarily mean pretty. Don't let the struggle of trying to lose weight take the fun out of your life. Stay active, eat healthy, and let yourself be happy just the way you are. If you ever find yourself cringing at something you did in the past, it means you have grown as a person. When you tell your non-scientist friends about your research and they don't understand it, but they support you anyway. Yeah, science. If anyone has any nice allegations against a celebrity, that would be great too. Does a famous actor give good Christmas presents? Does lady comedian always smoke people out? Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman let me stay with them when my mom was in the hospital for cancer surgeries. Wait, weren't they Hirsch, parents in Matilda? Yep, it was right after filming it actually. What's even better is that Mara's mother loved the book Matilda. She loved it so much that she got her daughter the part. However, she died before she got to see it, or so Mara thought. Apparently just a few weeks before she died, Danny DeVito went into the hospital with a rough first edit of the movie and got to let her watch it before she passed. This dog walked up to this guy and wouldn't go away, so the guy just started reading Harry Potter to him. Why did my dad leave? Oh Billy, I'm just stuck at work. Hold up. Big shouts to everyone who's out there whipping depression's app. Keep going, I'm in your corner. I paid for his beer and that of his guys. Everyone loved me. I didn't know it was such a big deal for guys. My friend has a girl who feeds all of us on weekends. Anytime he looks at another girl, we slap him on her behalf. Sometimes when people don't buy tickets at the theater, my boss lets me play GTA 5 on the big screen. And they say the perfect family doesn't exist. Me opens the door. My pets. They took such good care of me. They'll take good care of you too. Now that I'm gone, will you take care of them?
Come on, baby. Come on.
It's time. SellACarOnline.com.
3 months of Disney Plus? Yes, please. Switch to Chromebook.
When my dad was in college, he had a friend who told a girl he'd take her on a date unlike any other she'd ever been on. And so he took her to the supermarket to watch the lobsters fighting in the lobster tank. They're married now. And this is a picture of us while in college. Whoa, mom's dress is very pretty. Yeah, she loved butterfly patterns. Butterfly were always her favorite. Actually, before passing, she swore she would come visit us one day as a little butterfly to check if we were doing alright. But hey, that's enough good memories for today. You go play outside and I'll do the dishes, okay? Okay, Dad. Holy, what happened? Look, she's here. But are you okay? When you hold the door for an elderly person and they call you a handsome young man. What are some things you'd only know by growing up poor? My brother and I would dig up wild onions in our yard or steal crab apples from the neighbor's tree if food was low. Eventually an old lady moved in down the street and she'd invite us over to help her make cookies, cakes, eventually full-on dinners. Nanny was amazing. My grandfather just informed me that he has a cocktail hour every day with his cat, where they each have a glass of milk at the table. As I hoisted my own luggage into the trunk, my very polished cab driver impressed shouted, "Strong girl, farm." And this is the only way I wish strange men to speak with me, moving forward. Cold nose boop. He's right, I could lose some weight. In sumo culture, you'd be considered a promising up-and-comer. Wholesomed white is best white. I'm on the train and a little boy is sitting next to me, and he saw that my wallpaper is Tom Holland and asked, "Are you friends with Spider-Man?" And I was like, "Yes, but don't tell anyone, okay?" He was like, "Yes, but please tell him I love him and I want to be a superhero too." I'm soft. Have you felt unsafe on campus, discriminated against, threatened, afraid to walk around campus? We will walk with you. Is your human a rescue too? Yeah, she's got some issues, but we are working through them. When you joined a gym and started therapy as part of your New Year's resolution, and now you're down 25 pounds and have a good grip on your mental health. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. He asked for his dad to come home. I have a confession. I used to be a Christian. Doesn't worry me, babe. Awesome. I much prefer being a Christine. That did catch me off guard, but I still don't mind. I'm glad you're comfortable with yourself now. When you are full of doubt plus it all seems impossible that there's still someone who believes in you. Me. I can do all things through Jared Leto who strengthens me. Redditors with thin walls, what have you heard in your apartment? My parents told me stories about the apartment they lived in when I was a baby. The lady above us was a classically trained pianist and her music room was above my room. Apparently when I would start crying in my crib she would start playing and I would go right to sleep. After my parents divorced my dad stayed in the same apartment. A few years later when I went to visit him, I was about 10 or 11. I got to finally meet her for the first time. The woman who used to play me to sleep as a baby taught me how to play the piano 10 years later. Grandmas deserve to live forever. Hey look, that cloud looks like a giraffe. And that one looks like two cats fighting. That cloud looks like a guy ditching his boring friend. Oh hey it does. I got us ice cream cones. Thank you to whomever did this so my car didn't get rained in because I stupidly left my sunroof open. This is why I love my neighborhood. Grandma cooks literally anything. Me. Damn, that's good. Finally some truth. Proud parent of a great kid that is sometimes an a-hole and that's okay. Only the smartest and most cunning adventurers are allowed to cross this bridge. What wisdom do you possess? Laughing at the fat people at the gym is like laughing at the sick in the hospital. Right this way sir. Going to grandma's as a kid. Going to grandma's as an adult. I socialized this weekend, me for the next 3 months. This random woman just gave me a huge high five while walking through the airport, and now I think I want to hire her to follow me around and be a professional high fiver. I must have been visibly enjoying my coffee as I walked to my gate because she just pointed at me and smiled and said, "You enjoying that coffee?" And I said, "Yes ma'am." And she said, "You gonna have a great day." And I said, "You know it." So she lifted her hand up, gave me the biggest high five and said, "Alright then, you gonna kill it today." I kept on walking but now I want to go back and offer her a full-time job. I just realized my 13-year-old is my best friend. So I'm at a concert with my wife and her friends and after an hour I realized something. My wife is texting her BFF since elementary school. Her friends are texting their friends about the concert. I'm texting my 13-year-old son. It's not like I don't have friends my own age. I just didn't care to share this experience with them as much as I do my kid. I just came to the realization that my best friend is my 13-year-old son. I don't know how to feel about that. In your 79 plus years on earth, is there any wisdom you can share with us? Never give up. I carry a photograph of myself in my phone when I was a little boy. I look at him and say, "We did okay kid, we did okay." Me changes the TV source from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2. My grandparents. You did it. You crazy son of a bee, you did it. Ever since I was a little kid I've always wanted to get on a fire truck. I'm tempted to just walk my grown-ups over to a fire station and just ask. Oh my god, it worked. I'm a failure. Boring. Outdated. Overused. I was pre-successful. Fun. Suggests future growth. Dope as fork. Gorillas make up little food songs while they eat. According to an article by Brian Owens in New Scientist, a German scientist working in the Congo has discovered a fun new fact about gorillas, that they hum and even sing during meal times. And it's not like they sing the same song over and over, commented Loof. It seems like they are composing their little food songs. According to Ali Vella Irving of the Toronto Zoo, each gorilla has its own voice. You can really tell who's singing. And if it's their favorite food, they sing louder. I want to go to their concert. There's literally nothing better than when you're full on laughing with someone, and you both keep adding things that make it funnier, and you can barely breathe. Redditors with thin walls, what have you heard in your apartment? Our neighbors were once talking loud and I was nosy, so I put my ear up to the wall and realized she was reading him Harry Potter pretty enthusiastically, and it made my heart melt. He was nice all along. Whistle if you love your girlfriend. This pit bull pulled out his teddy to show it to the dog in the other car. Every year this mama duck brings her babies to my house and I help her take care of them. This morning I opened my door to 13 new peeping fluff balls. My best friend handmade a skunk costume for my kid's first Halloween. Jessie is part of a program at a children's hospital that teaches patients they shouldn't be afraid of procedures by showing them how it's done. To get through an echocardiogram you just lie on your back and hold your mom's hand. Who could that be? At a comic convention everyone dressed as a villain got together to give this tiny Wonder Woman an incredible photo op, a truly sweet gesture. My dog wondering what to do with the new kitty who suddenly loved him. First day back at school took its toll on this little girl. This is the best cosplay ever made. Tofu is a 3-month-old Finnish Spitz and she does a great shocked Pikachu impression. This kid comes and visits my grandmother every day, 4 to 5 times a day. He just told me it was to check on her, to make sure she wakes up from all her naps. My heart can't take this. Bills, making food, full-time job, family problems. My mom. How was your day, sweetie? Me. This is Duke. He was first elected mayor of Cormorant as a write-in candidate in 2014. In 2016 literally everyone in the village voted for him. Duke passed away last week at the age of 13. He served with great honor and fluffy passion, and has been awarded the very rare 15 out of 10.
Hey Google, play my whales mating playlist. What whale am I thinking of? What goes rare, rare?
So far you've survived 100% of your worst days. You're doing great. A little girl in my mum's neighborhood has a very old pug with severe arthritis. Today I saw her gently strap him into a baby stroller and wait for the UPS truck so they could chase after it, running and laughing as the pup barked. You know, just in case you forgot what love means. Today I got up, cleaned the kitchen, vacuumed, folded and put laundry away. My house actually looks clean. Take that, depression. When an 8-year-old boy saw that his autistic classmate was having a hard time adjusting to the first day of school, he held his hand and let him know that everything was going to be okay. Never underestimate the power of one. Dashrath Manjhi cut down a mountain single-handed for 22 years, day and night, to ensure no one else dies without medical care like his wife, reducing the distance from 70 kilometers to just 1 kilometer from his village to hospital. My disabled son has been obsessed with exotic cars for years. When I asked Callum a while ago what would be his favorite thing for Christmas, he said, "Well Dad, I'd love a drive in a supercar, but I know that can't happen." A few days later I posted this request on an Australian exotic car website, thinking that maybe, just maybe, one person might respond. The website went mad and now we've got 3 events planned for my son Callum. People rock. Hey dude, I'm here to haunt you. What do you want? I could rearrange your furniture, kill your dog. I guess you could move that stool around. Like this. Hey, you're pretty good at that. Really? Yeah. For a second there I was all like, whoa, that's so spooky. I made an old lady blush today at work because she ordered 2 senior coffees and I said, "Senior, I'm sorry miss, I'm going to have to ask to see some ID." And she covered her mouth and went, "Oh dear me," and couldn't stop smiling. Wife remarries her husband as she falls in love with him again, after losing her memory. Today the drug dog came to our school and he stopped by my car and wouldn't move. So I had to go out there and unlock it so he could search my car. And it was because of the dog treats I keep in there. Random guy leans over and whispers while we are getting food. I have a hedgehog in my pocket. Don't tell anyone. I don't mean to brag or anything, but yeah boy just freaking beat stage 4 cancer today. Let's freaking go. When you are mad about something and you tell your mom and she gets mad too. I showed this to my mom and she said, damn right. Students invent bacteria that eat plastic from the oceans and turn it into water. See that sh kids, that sh is a freaking future. 12-year-old girl fighting rare aging disease becomes best friends with 330-pound weightlifter David Douglas aka the Beast after meeting at a children's benefit. People looked at me as strong but everything about her was stronger, David told the press. Not sure what's more awkward, the fact that I said I love you to the pizza guy after he took my order on the phone, or the fact that he showed up with breadsticks shaped like a bouquet. Either way, we are dating now. When your candles are fake but it's okay because your love keeps you warm. It took 96 weeks and thousands of volunteers to clean up Versova beach in Mumbai, India. The payoff, hundreds of thousands of sea turtles hatching this week. First time in decades, anything can be cleaned. Before. After. So my boyfriend comes home last night absolutely smashed, gets undressed and then just stands there in my room. So I'm like, are you coming to bed? And he goes, no thank you, I'm sure you're lovely but I have a girlfriend, and goes to sleep on the floor. We went to Waffle House at 2 AM and it was super icy outside, so the workers gave us serving trays to go sledding outside of the restaurant, and our waitress took my phone and charged it when it died. It's not a Waffle House but a waffle home. I was painting my nails and made a comment that I forget I don't have to paint my pinky nail on my left hand. I simply forget that I lost my pinky, but it is always kind of a bummer when I'm reminded. Someone said, I will be your surrogate pinky. You can paint my pinky to match your nails for the rest of our lives. Did he commit a crime? Where's the warrant? No, it's his last day of kindergarten and it's for his mom.
Get 3 months of Disney Plus on every Chromebook. Like this one right here. Switch to Chromebook.
At Philadelphia, we know what makes the perfect schmear of cream cheese. The recipe we invented over 145 years ago, and me, the world's best, and possibly only, schmelier. Philadelphia, schmear perfection.
I really hate to brag but I have a private chef that prepares my lunches. The biggest lie I ever told and how my husband came to protect it. For years I have lived this lie telling everyone I'm allergic to peanuts because I hate the smell of peanut butter and don't really like peanut butter that much. But whenever I used to tell people I don't like peanut butter they'd get all defensive like, peanut butter is amazing, how do you not like it? And then I'd have to go into this whole thing to defend my taste buds. But then I got tired of it and started telling people that I'm just allergic to peanuts because that way it's not my fault that I hate the smell of peanut butter. It's now like I'm a sad little baby who will never get to taste peanut butter ever in her life and everyone feels sad for me. But the problem is that I really love peanut M&Ms and so now I can only eat peanut M&Ms when I'm at home in secret. The only person who knows my lie is my husband. And so at work this evening we had a small celebration for someone and they had peanut M&Ms and I really wanted some, but obviously couldn't eat them in public because then people would know my peanut secret. And so when we got home after work my husband tipped his jacket over and emptied his pockets, and at least 30 or so peanut M&Ms fell out of his pockets and he whispered, I was sneaky accumulating them all night for you because I could see the pain in your eyes. Deleted my weather app cause there's a guy in my office that always tells me anyway, and the app never asks me how my weekend was. Shout out Bill, my weekend was awesome man, thanks for asking. You Are Not Alone. Matilda 1996, directed by Danny DeVito. Hold up, Danny DeVito directed the most influential film of my childhood. Not only directed it but starred in it. took care of Mara Wilson while her mother was in hospital with cancer, and even managed to get an advance copy of the movie for her to watch before she succumbed to her illness. The man is a treasure. Dad and me feeding Murray, same place, same crock, 2 photos 15 years apart. Oh, what a cute possum. Yes, you're so adorable, eating all the nasty bugs. Such a good worker. A thing I've started doing with my class is giving them a secret mission, where they have to do something, and if another staff member tells me about it, the whole class moves up my rewards chart. Last week was holding doors for people, this week is asking people about their day. Please can you write a silly joke on the pizza lids? My 6-year-old loves jokes and is feeling unwell, thanks. What is a dog's favorite pizza? Pepperoni. It is critical we give him a raise immediately. Thank you for talking about depression openly. I know it will help a lot of people to see someone so confident that also had issues with it, myself included. Hey man, I get it. We all go through the sludge and stay strong and make sure you're talking to good people about it. Us men have a tendency to hold it in. No shame in getting help and wanting to be better. Gotta have opposites, dark and light and dark in painting. It's like in life. Gotta have a little sadness once in a while so you know when the good times come. I'm waiting on the good times now. Who hurt him? This episode was recorded shortly after his wife died. Y'all better be going to bed at a reasonable time. Don't make me tuck you in and kiss you goodnight. Don't threaten me with a good time. Last warning before I sing you a lullaby. A grieving dad designed this tombstone of his paralyzed from birth son climbing out of his wheelchair and reaching for the sky. About to sneak into heaven to pet all the dogs. Who wants to come with me? I'm a bad person who thinks bad thoughts like, what is that girl wearing? And then remember that I'm supposed to be positive about all things and then think, no, she can wear what she wants. F what other people say, damn girl you look fabulous. And I'm just a teeny bit hypocritical to be honest. I was always taught by my mother that the first thought that goes through your mind is what you have been conditioned to think. What you think next defines who you are. Your mother is a wonderful woman. My grandma with clinical depression just got a newborn pup and called him Gizmo. I have never seen her this happy before. I thought I'd share this moment with the world. Subscribe and watch previous episodes of Wholesome Memes. Thanks.